Select C drive, then extract. So it takes few minutes, please wait. Go to C drive, Eclipse, installation is over. After installation completed, what we have to do? We should start Eclipse. To start Eclipse, when you install Edit Plus file, Edit Plus shortcut will be placed on desktop. Okay. When install VLC Media Player, VLC Media shortcut will be there on desktop. Browser shortcut, all shortcuts will be there on browser. But Eclipse shortcut will not be there because it is not a exe file based installation. It is zip file based installation. If you install anything via zip, shortcuts will not come onto the desktop. So you have to open Eclipse, send it onto the desktop. Send more options. Send it to desktop. Okay, now it will be there on desktop. Double click on this Eclipse shortcut. It is 2023 12 December month. It's the latest version, December month. Okay, the Eclipse what we have, it is old version, I guess. C drive, Eclipse old, and double click. It is 9th month. Okay, so the Eclipse what we are using is latest version. Good. Now click on browser. Once you start Eclipse, it is asking for what? Workspace. Yesterday I told you, workspace means? Workspace is a folder where we are saving our projects. Generally, people will select this HK workspace as a workspace. That is the wrong path because it is creating inside C drive. That Eclipse is not working. What is the problem? Rakesh Kumar, did you face any difficulties? What is the bug? In what operation it is giving you error, bug? To get your workspace, you have to select your folder, D drive, 11 AM. And now here I am taking one folder I am creating, right click. What the current chapter we are trying to understand? Next chapter, wrapper class. Wrapper classes we are understanding. Select a folder. Now this folder will be used as workspace. Let me open that folder. D drive, 11 AM, wrapper classes. Currently it is empty. Now when you click on launch, observe one folder is created .metadata. Okay, that is a Spring problem, not Core Java problem. In company, we don't use latest versions. Company, we use standard versions. Hey, which checklist we have downloaded? Java developer Eclipse we downloaded. Okay, no problem. Anyways, when you are downloading, download Enterprise Edition, not Java Developer Edition. Okay. For me, anything is okay because I am Core Java teaching, right? When you are downloading, download Enterprise version. Okay. Create a project. So first, after workspace is created, Inside the workspace folder, dot metadata, okay, different folders will be there. Don't disturb this folder. Next, create a project. Then, which project you want to create? Java project. Don't click on create project, click on create a Java project. And now I'm taking project name as test. Which version it is showing? 17. But which version I want? Latest version. Latest version, select 21. Okay, 21 and click next. I got error. Okay, why I got error? Because I have to attach Java 21 library. By default with Eclipse, Java 21 library is not coming. Go back. Observe. It is by default asking you to use which version only? Java 17. Up to Java 17, big background, JDK it will have. It will supply JRE for JDK environment to your project. But when you choose latest version, it doesn't have JDK 21. Okay. Now, if you want JDK 21, click next. In your system already JDK 21 installed, na? That JDK 21 you have to configure. Tell me in Edit Plus, when you install Edit Plus, can automatically Control 1, Control 2 will work? You have to configure, na? That's what I'm doing. I'm configuring JDK to Eclipse. Now, existing JRE, dummy JRE it is, remove it. Then select this, add library. Select either module path or class path, anything you can select, no problem. And click on add library. Which library I have to choose? Already JRE system library there. Next, installed JRE. You already installed, na? Select alternate JRE, install JREs, select this existing one, remove dummy JRE and click on add. Next, go to directory. Where you install your JDK? C drive, JDK 21. Observe automatically jar file is coming. Finish. Observe here you have error. Apply. Error gone. Now this is dummy project, Java project with JRE 21. Apply and close. Finish. Finish. Project ready. Then go here, Eclipse workspace. In workspace, the project folder test created. In that, look at that, bin and SRC folders are created. Our source code we are saving inside SRC folder. Eclipse will compile and save the .class files in bin folder, and .class file, .project, .settings are created for your project to identify as a project. Okay, now go here. In a test folder, SRC right click. Now, new class, I am taking class name as test. Here package name taking as a project name tester. If you want to change, you can change form.nit.hk.blogic. Okay, and the class name I'm taking as edition and click on finish. The moment class is created here, it is automatically compiled. Did I create package? Right click, right click, right click? No. But Eclipse automatically create package folder for us. Observe, close this one also, unnecessary folders. Test project, wherein SRC. In SRC, look at COM, inside COM, each dot is a sub package. NIT, inside NIT HK, inside HK blogic, edition.java. Next. Now, when I develop here, automatically compile it, will compile it and move into bin folder. Go to bin folder, test project, go to bin folder. In bin folder, look at there, COM, NIT, HK, blogic, edition.class. Everyone understand? So, whatever you have learned manually in the previous chapters, now we are doing it manually or programmatically. Automated way we are doing by using Eclipse. Just you type it, Eclipse will take care of it. Okay. Now here, which method I want to develop? Public static void add of int a comma int b system dot out dot println. Did I teach you yesterday shortcut? System dot out dot println shortcut, how to write? You don't type main method. What you write? Just main Control space, select. Eclipse is meant for a developing project with less code, less typing, more choosing. Now I want SOPLN. What do you write? Sys out. You can write fully sys out, control space. Control space is a mantra. Or you can type shortcut S out, control space. Then you have to scroll down you have system.out.println. Okay. Then here I'm writing double quotes. Okay. It's not additional class, sorry. Return type is int. Method name is what? Add of int a comma int b. Then here I should write return. How to delete one line? I want to delete one line here. How to delete one line? Control D. If you press Control D, the line will be deleted automatically. Return A plus B. So now my class is ready. This is API class. Now tell me, I want to write a comment. How can I write a comment? Slash double star, press enter. Automatically comment closed and stars are coming. That is the benefit of Eclipse. And here what message you write? This class is used for adding two numbers. What are the tags I can write here? There are different. This is the Java doc comment, whatever you are writing, it will be available in HTML code or HTML page. That's why HTML tags are showing to you. Whichever the tag you want, you can select. Okay. I want at the rate. If you type at the rate means what? Who is the author? API node, author. Okay. And category. This belongs to which category? Is it deprecated? Is it hidden? Implicit note, implicit specification. Also see related classes, subtraction class, multiplication class, serial number, since available what, version number is what. Okay, if you want insert any code snippet, all this at the rate annotations also we can add. At the rate override annotation, at the rate override, at the rate functional interface, like that. In Java doc also we have annotations. These annotations also you can mention. I want to take annotation name author. Who is the author? HK. Look at that, Eclipse has identified I am the author, because username is HK. Okay. And next, at the rate, it is available since which version is available? 1.0. Okay. Since 1.0 it is available. Okay. Now, here this is the what we call addition class API documentation. Now, add method API documentation I want to write. Look at that. Automatically you are getting at the rate param, at the rate param, at the rate return. So these are the annotations we have not written when we were discussing API documentation, because in Edit Plus, I don't have any help. I don't know what annotations I have to write. If I use Eclipse, Eclipse is prompting message. Remember API documentation, when you Java doc write, we got 4 warning messages. We don't get warning messages now because we have added proper annotations. Tell me what the statement I should write. This method is used for adding given two numbers it is giving some extra information. Earlier it was not here. Currently control is here. Okay, where control is, it is giving that information. Oh, super. Now number, this is a new enhancement. Okay, 2 numbers, NUMBers, and returns result. Now, what is the parameter? A, first argument, and B, second argument. Argument means value. Let me write better. First value, and this is what? Second value, and at the rate return. What returns? Result. Result of. Okay, enough. Result. Save it. Okay. Tell me, I want to generate API documentation for this file. How to generate? Java doc is manual, no? Programmatical. I want to generate API documentation from Eclipse. I should ask Eclipse. Eclipse, I want to generate API documentation for it. How to generate API documentation? I don't know. You don't know. Whom should I ask? Google Mata ko pucho. Google Mata. API documentation in Eclipse. Generating API documentation in Eclipse. How to generate REST API documentation or Ray? How to generate Java doc in Eclipse? Click. ఏ వెబ్సైట్ మాకు సంబంధం లేదు, మనకు నచ్చినట్టు చెప్పాడా లేదా? ప్రోగ్రామ్ కనెక్ట్ ఓకే ఓకే. స్టెప్ నెంబర్ 1 ఓకే. ఇన్ ఎక్లిప్స్ ఐడి సెలెక్ట్ జనరేట్ జావా డాక్. ఎక్కడ సెలెక్ట్ చేయాలి? ఫ్రమ్ ద ప్రాజెక్ట్ మెనూ. ప్రాజెక్ట్ మెనూ generate Java doc. Okay. And then Java generate appears like this. Okay. First step. Second step. Okay. What files I want? Java API documentation. Okay. Selected. Okay. Fourth step, public there. Fifth step, where you want it. Okay, I want it tester docs folder. Then select. Then click on next button. Let's see what happens. It is asking document title you want. Title I want. What the title? It's not coming. Edition and the generate user and other. Okay, document these tags. Okay, version deprecated list jar. You want to include this jar file? Not required. Next. It's asking you want any VM configuration, extra Java doc options. You want anything? Capabilities to save setting this doc export as and script not required. Open generate. Okay, finish. You want to update the Java doc location for a test with the choose and destination? Yes to all. With one warning. What is that warning? Use of default constructor which doesn't provide a comment. Okay. Default constructor I am using under. Let it be the spelling mistake I have written. Addition. Hey, spelling mistake is not warning. In this class I have default constructor. That's why it is saying, Babu, you have default constructor. It doesn't provide any comment. Okay. Let me write my own constructor then. Addition. No param constructor. And here write comment what? Creates empty object. And it has a static method, no? Static method means constructor required or not required? Declare it as private. Private edition. Okay, create empty object. Enough. Now, again generate API documentation. Project. Generate Java doc. Click on finish. Wow, there are no warnings. And then where I have to go and check the API documentation file? Go to project. Already docs folder created now. Inside doc folder, refresh once. Always remember refresh. Look at there. com NIT HK BLogic edition.html file. Look at there. Edition.html file generated. @sins 1.0 other HK and then project. This method is used for this. Click on it. Observe here. Clearly it is given parameters. A, first value, B, second value, return what? Result. Understood? Now what to do? I have to export this project. Right? To the user. So this is, let me change the project name as project -developer. Okay, now I need what? Project user. New, whatever we did manually, I'm just showing it practically. And project hyphen user 21 finish. We need to attach library only one time. Automatically the library will be attached for all the projects. For workspace, one time only we need to attach. Then now here, first of all, this developer has to prepare a jar file, this dot class file. Now tell me how to prepare jar file. Simple. Right click on this project. What do you want? Jar file and export. No, export. Export. Where are you? Export. Export. General as a archive file. Java, it's not general. As a jar file. We don't want as a general file. I want what? Java archive. Java archive. Java file. Click on next. Then this project, you want to include everything? No, I don't want documents. I want only source. In source package. Only this .java file code I want. I don't want complete project. I don't want this class path and all, right? And then jar file path you have to specify. D drive. Just you follow this selections, next wind, okay? Not required of any notes for this. Don't expect everything notes. You have to, your brain, you should motivate your brain to remember. 11 a.m. Then wrapper classes, then project, developer, or else directly in the project, let me, okay, project developer. Here I am creating one folder. I have to create one folder here, new folder, not package, it's a folder, source folder. Here I have to create a folder name as distribute, DIST, distribution purpose jar files. Okay. In this distribution folder, I want to copy the jar file. So right click on the project. How to create a jar file? Right click on the project. Go where? Export. You wanted to create a jar file means export. Export Java jar file. Next. Here you want this class path project? No. Uncheck it. Explore. What you want? Only this package Java file. Select it. Okay. Jar file path you select. Browse. Go to D drive, 11 a.m. wrapper classes, in wrapper class, project developer, distribute, open. File name I have to give here, AO classes.jar. Only one class I am taking now. Jar file created. Compress the content of the jar file, add directory entry, override. Okay, finish. Next, extract file. Okay, finish. Distribute, class jar file created. Now I have to give this jar file to whom? I have to give jar file to user. Then user, I gave him, he downloaded and he copy inside where one folder he will create, new folder. What the folder it is? Folder name is lib. He will create a folder lib and in the lib folder he will paste. Everyone understand? Now AO classes.jar file available here. Then go to SRC, right click, new class. 1 minute. API documentation also I should give, na? I forgot. API documentation. How to give API documentation? Right click. Here also export. What? As a jar file, as a zip file. Zip file, general. Then archive file. Next, archive file, you want only docs folder, everything I want, right? Docs folder, everything I want, and then take the file name, browse. Where I have to take it is also into distribution only. File name is AO classes API docs.txt, sorry, docs.zip. Okay, AO classes API docs.zip, save. AO class zip file, save zip format, compress the file, create directory structure to a folder. Okay, finish. In the distribute folder, refresh it first. Right click, refresh. Okay, zip file, jar file both came. Now what he will do? Check once the zip file is there, project developer. Okay. Now I gave him. Now I am going to this person create a one more folder here called, what the folder name? Docs. Create a new folder. Create a folder docs. Whose docs it is? AO classes docs, because there are two docs are there. AO classes docs. Finish. Created. Now copy, paste here. And what should I do? Extract here. Extract. So open with. WinZip archive. Okay. Extract to D drive. What is that? 11 a.m. Wrapper classes. User. AO classes docs. Finish. Extracted. Right click. Refresh. Where are you? Refresh. Sorry. It's not refreshing. Outside extracted files will not be imported here. Refresh. That we'll see that. Now observe here. Open this SRC file. New API documentation. We'll see that later. Okay. Don't worry about API documentation. SRC, right click, new. What do you write? Class. Class name is Calci. What the package name we are creating? com.nit.hk.user. Okay, here I am writing main method. Now inside main method, I need what? AO classes. Okay, if it is not working here, you can open from directly API folder. I found this class edition. Now taking class name as what? Edition. Look at that. His edition information is providing to the Eclipse or not provided? Not provided. Edition dot. What is the method available? Add. One new important point is that, that's why I'm covering this. Semicolon. Okay. Now here I am writing say 10 and here I am writing some 20. Save it. But observe I'm getting error. Edition is not found. Control Shift O. Still import statement not coming. Why? How Eclipse knows that this edition class is available in the lib folder in the AO classes.jar? In our regular program also, once you create a jar file, if you want to access the classes available in the jar file, I have to set class path now. Now in Eclipse also you have to set class path. What is the class path for jar file? Class-path. Remember, in the system, set class path. In Eclipse, it has its own class path. The class path is called right click, build path. What is that? Build path. Project class path in Eclipse is build path. Right click. What is that? Build path. And here you have, you want to add what? Library. Or add external archive. External archive and the jar files. You don't want to add, you can click on add libraries or this. Click on this. And now which jar file you want? In our project directory, wrapper classes, user, lib, this AO classes.jar. Look at that. AO classes.jar added as a reference library now. And then come here, save. Now observe, this class will be found or not? Yes. Understand the class path how to set? If you want to access the classes available in the jar file, you have to set the jar file in build path. You have to set the jar file in build path. And tell me what to set the build path one more time. Right click on the project, build path, then add jar files, add external archive and select the jar file, click on open. So jar file is added, then the jar files available in the class will be accessible. And now I want to assign to the variable int result, then system.out.println result. Control F. Look at the output coming. So this is the point we have understood. Every point is clear. So how to work, how to install Eclipse, how to start Eclipse, how to create workspace, how to create a project, how to create class, how to compile the class, how to create a package in the class, how to create package in the class, how to create a class, how to add the documentation to the class, how to generate API documentation, how to share API documentation. Observe here, addition class has API documentation, how to read F2. What a F2. This element neither has attached source code, not a Java doc, and hence no Java doc could be found. Open attach Java doc in browser. Open declaration shown in Java doc view. Still not coming up. Okay, let's not waste the time. Okay, so I tried on one way, it will work or not, it's not coming. For how println coming API documentation, same way we should get API documentation for our class also. But it's not showing the documentation because API documentation file is missing. I have to attach it. We'll find out later. Okay, it's not serious issue. So finally, can I expect all you people got some idea on how to work with Eclipse? Okay, now I'm deleting all. Delete. So tell me, working with Eclipse is easier in projects development. But tell me, if you don't know how to work with Eclipse, if you don't know how to work with the manual process, working with Eclipse is easier? No. Eclipse is providing you shortcuts. It's not providing you idea how to write a program. It will only tell while you are working, it will make you shortcuts. Suppose if you don't have legs, will your shoes will take you from one place to another place? No. If you have legs, if you know how to walk, then legs will only, shoes will help you to for protecting from the outside things. That's it. Okay, it's just protecting your legs. Same way, if you know everything manually, Eclipse only will help you to create the things faster way. That's it. Okay. Now let us try to understand the next chapter, that is wrapper classes. Now I'm taking project name as practice. Now right click, new class. The class name I'm taking as com.nit.hk.wrapper classes. Chapter name I'm taking as a package here. Here, first program taking test 01. Tell me now. I'm taking main method. If I write here value 5, 5 is what type? 5 is int type. Int type, 5 type, 5 is int type. Int means primitive type. Primitive type. I want 5 as referenced type, nothing but object. Okay. We need by default 5 is a primitive type value, but we need 5 as referenced type, nothing but as object, reference type as object. What should we do? And tell me, what should we do? Reference type means what? Class. What should we do? Number 1, create a class. You want 5 as an object means this 5, can I convert it as object or I stored in the object? Suppose I want you as a soldier. Okay, then you have to create an army. No, you have to join in the soldier department and you have to wear what? Their dress. Then automatically your body will be considered as what? Soldier. Same way, what I have to do? Create a class with int type variable as instance variable. Second, store this int value in this class instance. Okay, na? Then 5 is treated as referenced type as object. Help me write the code. What I should write? Class. Can I take the name as example? Example. Open bracket, closed bracket. Here I should create private int. Can I write the name as value? Because I want to store one value. So taking variable name as what? Value. I should initialize. For that I am defining constructor public example of open bracket, closed bracket, int value. This dot value equals to value. And next, once you set value, I want get value, I want to print value. For that I am writing public, return type is int, method name is what? Get value, open bracket, return value. Next, I want to print. For printing purpose, you have to override toString method na. Gurtunda machpayara. If you want to print object data, you have to override toString method. Return what? Value. Compiler will throw error because value is int type, return type is what? String. I have to convert this value to string type. For that, what you write? Empty double quotes plus. When you concat any value to empty string, that is converted as string. And this is a small program. Who has to write? We have to write. Then after that, what to do? Create example. E1 equal to new example. I created instance. In this instance, I have to store value 5. Now onwards, this 5 is considered as int type or integer, int type or example type. Example type. That means primitive type or object type. Object type. Down. Now object available in the example I want to display system.out.println E1. What value coming? 5. Understand? Finally try to answer. How can we represent a primitive value as an object? What the question? How can we represent primitive value as an object? Sometimes in the project, I need to represent primitive value as an object. Simple. Step number 1, create a class with int type value as instance variable, int type of variable. Int type variable as instance variable, int type instance variable. Okay, simple. And second one, store this int value in this class instance. Third, then that's all. Only 2 steps. Then 5 is treated as a reference type value as shown below. Create example class, store 5. 5 is, what is the output coming? 5. 5 as a primitive value as object. As object. Printed 5 as which object? Example. Example class type object. Now tell me. Here I have created class like this. Tell me, is this a new point or already known point? Then in previous classes we created multiple variables based on the object. Object 10 values I want, 10 variables. But now how many values you want to store? One value. What the type of value? Int type. Then this example class object is wrapping file. This example class is wrapping అంటే covering this value 5, this value 5 and represent as what? Object. So tell me, what is the functionality of this class? This class functionality just wrapping this value 5 as an object. Hence, this class is technically called what? I'm just teaching, that's why you're called what? Teacher. You are just listening, that's why you're called what? Listener. So this class is just to contain the variables and methods for wrapping the primitive value 5 as an object. That's why it is called what? Wrapper class. How many wrapper classes now I have to create? Is this one class sufficient? This class is representing which primitive value as an object? 5. 5 means what type? Int. But I want double. I want float. I want character. I have different classes are there. All these different classes I want to represent as a wrapper class. Wrapper object, wrapper value. Then one class sufficient, I have to define 8 classes separately. One class for byte, one class for short, in, long, float, double, char, boolean. Totally we have 8 primitive data types. Then how many classes required? 8 classes required. Then I created my own with the example sample of ABC, XYZ something. You created with your own example. Then in another company, other people. Now you move from this company to that company. Primitive values are changing? No. The wrapper class names are changing? Hey. In your company, you created your own names. In another company, why your names will be there? Another company maintain the wrapper classes by his own name. Now some other TCS company, Infosys company, HCL company, that company, this company. In all classes, primitive values representing as an object requirement is there. In all companies, the wrapper classes are developed by themselves. Yes. Then the names and method names are same or changing? Changing. When name and method names are changing, then every day, every time when you move from this company to another company, there again you have to learn new class names, new method names. Your life will be tedious or not? So that's why Sun Micro System told, don't show your talent. Okay? Don't show your talent. Babu, I gave you one class called byte. I gave you one class called short. I gave you one class called integer. I gave you one class called long. I gave you one class called float, double, char, character, not char, character, boolean. I gave you already 8 classes. Use these 8 classes for storing primitive values. Don't create your own class. Now tell me, we no need to Byte primitive value is byte wrapper class. Short primitive value, short wrapper class. Int primitive value, integer. Long primitive value, long. Float primitive value, float. Double primitive value, double. Char primitive value, character. Boolean primitive value, boolean. Understood? How many primitive types are there? Those many wrapper classes. For all these wrapper classes, whenever you find multiple classes, there should be a super class. Na? The super class is number. But this number class is not subclass of all classes. The number class is subclass of only byte, short, integer, long, float, and double. All these three classes are subclasses of number. Character is not subclass of number. Boolean is not subclass of number. And then they are subclass of whom? These are subclasses of object. You must remember this hierarchy for future. Okay, so this is the hierarchy of wrapper classes and its super class. Open material, please. If you have soft copy, hard copy, what? And tell me, if you want to represent primitive value as an object, what should I write? Integer. Here, 5 as an object. Integer IO1 equals to, what, right? New integer of 5. Okay, now system.out.println IO1. Now this is 5 as a integer object. And tell me, I want to represent 10.5 as an object. Then which class object I have to create? Double. Double do1 equal to new double of, what do you write now here? 10.5. Then do1. So now look at that. Your value stored and value coming 10.5. I want to represent char as an object. Single quote A as an object. Which class object I have to create? Character CO1 equal to new character of. What is right? Single quote A. Then CO1. What is displayed? CO1 is displayed A. Okay. I want to represent Boolean value true as an object. Which class object I have to create? Boolean bo1 equal to new Boolean of. And then now Boolean of, what I have to pass here? True. Then bo1, what I will get? True. Okay. So primitive value is represented as an object. So what is the wrapper class? What the use of wrapper class? A class that is meant for representing primitive value. A class that is meant for representing primitive value as an object. Wrapping, let me remove this, is meant for representing a primitive value as an object. A primitive presenting TI as an object and allowing us to perform. Okay. Is called Raptors. Clearer? So please check your material once. All these points are there or not? I'll please wait for 5 minutes. I'll be back in 5 minutes. So now we understood what are the operations we perform. I mean, what is the purpose of this chapter? In this chapter, we are learning how to represent primitive value as an object. Okay. So why we need to represent primitive value as an object? Let me tell you simple example. We have collections. We have a chapter called collection. Collection equal to new array list collection. There are different types of collections are there. We are choosing array list type collection. Then if you collection is like a array, nothing more. Collection is like a array. It is meant for storing multiple values or multiple objects as a group. If you call al.collection.add of, what the parameter of add method? Add object. Okay. Add method parameter is object. Tell me, if I pass 5 directly, is it allowed or not allowed? What is the parameter type? Object. What is 5? Can I assign primitive value to the referenced variable? No. Suppose if I write here object obj equals to 5, object obj equal to 5, is it allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. Obj variable is what type? Reference variable. What is assigned? Primitive. What is expected to store here? Object reference. Object reference has to be stored. So to store object reference, I have to convert this 5 as an object now. Further, wrapper class will be used. So what is the need of converting primitive value as an object? For storing primitive values in collection object, we must convert those primitive values as objects. Is it clear? Now here, if I write 5, it leads to error. What should I write? Call dot add of new integer of 5. Okay. Here you will get some strike mark. Don't worry. I will explain you what the meaning of the strike. So what is wrapper class? A class that is meant for representing a primitive value as an object is called wrapper class. Second, how many wrapper classes are there? At 8 primitive types, 8 wrapper classes. What the need of representing primitive value as an object? For storing them inside collection object. Okay. Now the next question. What are the different operations you can perform on a collection? Sorry, on a wrapper class. What are the different operations I can perform on a primitive value? A wrapper class is used for representing a primitive value as an object and allows us to perform different operations on that primitive value. So what are the different operations you can perform? By using a wrapper class, we can perform 6 operations. How many operations? 6. Number 1, converting primitive value to wrapper class object. Second, reverse conversion, converting wrapper class object to primitive value. So once you convert, I have to do reverse conversion also. Next, converting wrapper class object to string. Okay, and converting string to wrapper class object. Fourth, converting primitive value to string and converting string to primitive value. Let me take these two separately, okay? Converting string object. Which is string object? Primitive string object to wrapper class. Primitive string object to primitive. Okay. Now totally how many operations perform? 6 operations. To perform above 6 operation, perform above 6 operations in all 8 wrapper classes, we have required number of constructors and methods. Okay, tell me, if you want to perform first operation, what is required? I want to convert primitive value to wrapper class object. Think how it can be convert primitive value to wrapper class object. Primitive values means what? 5. Int I1 equal to 5. Now this 5 if I store inside int type variable, it is what? Primitive. But I want it as a wrapper class. That means I have to create wrapper class object. Tell me, what is the int matched wrapper class? Integer. So what I have to create? Integer IO1 equals to new integer of which value? I1. Or you can write what? 5. So if I store 5 here assign, it is a primitive value. If I store 5 here, it is a reference value object. So if we print here system.out.println double quotes I1 plus I1. IO1. Both the places will get same value, 5, 5. So here what happened? Primitive value converted to wrapper class object. What is the memory diagram? Tell me. Here I1 variable is created directly. What value there? 5. Here IO1 variable is created. Wrapper class object created with reference 10, 10. What is stored here internally? Internally we have value variable. Inside value variable we have the value 5. And then what is stored here? 10, 10 point. So this is the wrapper class object. Understand my point? When you join in office, first day you will have how to use computer. One demo session will be there. How to sit, how to use computer, how to type keyboard. Demo sessions will be there. The answer, it's very simple now. Not simple. So many health issues will come. Last 10 days, I am facing a lot of back here pain, head back side. And I would not understand why suddenly I got a head pain. After this posture changed, I started getting problem. Because now the dias I increase high, now I am looking like this. Okay. Head is always, almost 6 hours to 8 hours. It is like this bend only. So finally now I got back pain. Now I realize why I'm getting a pain. Now I got understood. Okay. So now I have to either increase this height or decrease its height. Understood? So in office, when you are working on keyboard and laptop or desktop, your sitting posture is very, very important. Here in Amirpet hostels, you will work maximum of 5 to 10 minutes. And you never sit seriously. You will bend that side, this side. That's why no problem. But in office, you have to sit for 8 hours continuously. 8 hours you have to work in the same system, same position. That's why be careful. Posture is very, very important. Okay, understand the first operation, how to convert primitive value to wrapper class object. Tell me now. Here, I want you help me to create some double value. I want here, for example, five to wrapper class object 5. Wrapper class object 5. Then we have to write this the statement. Can you help me how to convert 5.7, 5.7 to wrapper class of 5.7. 5 points what? Double. Capital D or small d? Small d. D1 equal to 5.7. Next. Here integer or double? Capital double. Double DO1 equal to new double of 5.7. Here primitive value, this is what? Object value. And now I am printing D1 and DO1, D1 and DO1. Save it, Control F11. You got? Same mode. Value will be same, but the representation is what? Different. Here 5.7 is primitive value with small d double. This is object reference. Now I want you write open notes. Single quote A as object. Single quote A. True as wrapper class object true. $5L as wrapper class object $5L. And try to create them and print. Okay, now let's try to understand second operation. What is the second operation? You written na? Tell me what is the second operation? Converting wrapper class object to primitive value. Converting and really converting or storing retrieving? Storing retrieving. So first primitive value to wrapper class object means what? IO1 variable, wrapper class object is there. Inside we have a variable called what? Value. Now inside the value we have 5. The moment you store value 5, this means what? Converting and stored here. Then next what I want? I want convert wrapper class object to primitive ante. Simply I have to retrieve that value back and store it inside primitive variable. First you store, that is converting primitive value to wrapper class object. Retrieve wrapper class to primitive value. Tell me, how can I retrieve value from a object by using setter method or getter method? Integer IO1 equal to new integer of 50. Now I want to convert wrapper class to primitive value. Int I1 equals to, you want retrieve value from where? IO1 dot. There is a method called get. Get what you want to get? Value. Method name is not get value. Method name is int value. What the method name? Int value. Method name is int value. Observe system dot out dot println I1 control F11. Look at there, I got output 50. Now this 50 is wrapper class object 50 or integer value 50? Int value 50, int type value 50. Understood? Converting wrapper class object to primitive value. What you converted? Wrapper class 50 to 50. Okay, further, what statement I have to write? Int value. Tell me now, I want you help me to write the code. Wrapper class object, double wrapper class object, 50.7 converted to 50.7. What class object I have to use here? Capital D or small d? Double do1 equal to new double of 50.7. 50.7. Then into place what I should write? Small d double d1 equal to do1 dot. Help me. If you want to take value as a int value, you want to take as a double value. Double value. Print D1. What is coming? 50.7 as double type or double type? Capital D double type or small d double type? It is a small d double. Okay. Now I want you write code by your own after going to room. How to convert? Char wrapper class object single quote A to single quote A. You have to try. Wrapper class object true to true. Next, you have to try wrapper class object 5L to 5L. Okay. Tell me, if you want to convert to int, what is the method name? Int value. If you want to convert to double value. If you want to convert to character, char value. If you want to convert to boolean value. Convert to long value. So that's it. So which type you want to convert, that method name you have to call. Wrapper classes and inte. Okay, wrapper classes are meant for performing what? Conversion. For conversion purpose, we have required number of variables and required number of constructors and methods. In first operation, I have to use constructor. Second operation, already I have an object I want to convert. Then what I should use? Method I have to use. Then tell me now. Next operation, next conversion I want. Help me to convert. What the next conversion I want? I want to convert primitive string object to wrapper class object. Primitive string object to wrapper class object. What is the meaning of primitive string object? double quotes 5 is a primitive string object. Inside the double quotes, I have 50. That is what? Primitive string object. Inside string object, we have primitive value. Okay, this is a class, core Java teaching. So it is what class? Core Java class. So double quotes 50 arrow. What I want? Wrapper class object 50. And tell me, this wrapper class is what type of wrapper class I have to take? Integer. Because inside string, what value is there? 50. 50 is what type? Integer. So what I should write? Integer IO1 equal to new integer of what I should write? Double quotes 50. Okay, double quotes 50. If you write here string s1 equal to double quotes 50, it is what type of 50? String type. When I pass double quotes 50 to integer class constructor, see, if you want to create object, I have to call constructor, na? Oh, there are overloaded constructor. First constructor takes what? Integer. Second constructor take what? String. So in integer class, in wrapper class, we have a overloaded constructor takes int value and takes a string value. First conversion purpose, what I have to use? First conversion purpose, what we have to use? Constructor with a primitive value as the argument. That means what you want? Primitive value to wrapper class. So constructor parameter should be what? Wrapper class. But now what conversion you want? Primitive wrapper class object you want from where? String object. Then the parameter should be what? String. So tell me, if I write here system.out.println s1, system.out.println io1. S1 and io1 both print what? 50. First 50 is what type? Second 50 what type? Integer. Second 50 is integer. Now, help me how to convert double string object 50.7 to wrapper class object 50.7 I want. Then string s2 equal to 50.7. Integer or double? Capital A, small d? Capital D. Double do1 equal to, what is right? New double of 50.7. Then tell me S2 value how much? do1 value how much? S1 value? Both values same, but the type is different. Both values are same, but type is different. Look at there, 50.7, 50.7. But this 50.7 is string, this 50.7 is double. Understood? Two examples I am telling you, 3 examples I am giving as an assignment. If I work, I will only understand. If you work, you will understand. Understood? Now wrap, what do you call here? If you work, you will get some compile time errors, some runtime errors that will give you more maturity. Convert double quotes as wrapper class single quote A. Convert double quotes true as wrapper class true. Convert double quotes 5L to wrapper class 5L. If you try these points, you are going to see miracle. Your brain will suddenly get maturity. Wow. Okay. If you don't work, maturity add is also there. Okay, your brain will be as it is where you are. Okay, now let me move. Sorry. What is the next concept? What is the next conversion? Come on, tell me. 0, 5. Next conversion. Converting string, primitive string object to primitive value. Previous conversion is what? Primitive string object to wrapper class object. Now primitive string object to primitive value. And tell me, here we have string s1 equal to double quotes 50. Now I want double quotes 50 as what? 50. I have 2 options are there here. Number 1, option number 1. I have 2 options here. Option number 1. Convert double quotes 50 to wrapper class object 50, then convert to 50. Okay? Observe now. First I am converting wrapper class object. Integer IO1 equals to new integer of double quotes 50. Look at here. Now what happened? String converted to integer. Then int I1 equals to IO1 dot int value. System dot out dot println. System dot out dot print. Right? Oh, main method not there. System dot out dot println I1. Now I1 is printed 50 on the console as what type? Int. Int type, not integer. Integer is wrapper class. Int is primitive. Everyone understand? So first option is what? Convert string to wrapper class, then primitive value. Hey, where is your nose and why you are rounding around your head? Direct converter. Approach number 2, direct convert. Don't take bridge in between. Direct convert. For direct conversion, in Java 1.4 version, we got a new method. What is that? We got a new method. I2 equal to, already you know. What I should write? Integer dot parse int of double quotes 50. This is the second approach. Directly value 50 coming. System dot out dot println I2. Up to Java 1.3 version, people convert string object to int, wrapper, string object to integer, integer to int. In Java 1.4 version, parse int method is helping for direct conversion. Tell me now, I want double quotes 50.7 to directly 50.7. Help me how to write double D1 equal to double dot parse double of double quotes 50.7 double quotes. System dot out dot println, what do you write? D1. Now I want you perform these 3 operations by your own. Will you do that? Wrapper classes, no business logic, just conversions only. Converting one type to another type. That's all. There is no logic behind, calculation behind, mind use behind. Just you need to use your common sense. Okay, which method I have to use. That's it. So here, what method write, what method write, what method you have to write, just you write it. This is second operation. So tell me once again, what are the different operations I can perform on primitive value by using wrapper class? 6 conversion. Number 1, converting primitive value to wrapper class object. What is used here? Wrapper class object of int type constructor. Next, for wrapper class to primitive value, what should I use? XXX value method. Int value, double value, char value. This XXX is primitive data type. Okay. Wrapper class object dot XXX value. Here primitive data type you have to specify. Next, for converting string object to wrapper class, what I should write? String object to wrapper class. We have wrapper class object of which parameter? String parameter constructor. For converting this one, what is that? Wrapper class dot parse XX of string. So this XX is nothing but primitive data type. So if it is a wrapper class is double, method is what? Parse double. Integer, parse int. Long, parse long. Double, parse long. Boolean, parse boolean. Okay. So these are the 4 conversions we completed. If you work out these given assignments, then I can teach you the next 2 conversions and Java 5 new feature auto boxing and auto unbox. That's all for today class. So tomorrow we'll complete wrapper class. Wednesday onwards we'll start exception handling class. Clear? Yeah, Monday, I mean, once exception learning chapter started onwards, you can expect some little bit lengthy classes. Up to 1:15, I may take the class. Okay? So take some good snacks at 11 o'clock and come to the class. Understood? Thank you. That's all for today, class. 6 p.m. batch students are, yesterday, Saturday class completed. Oh my God, they are so much emotional, become so emotional, and uh, some people are unable to leave the class. They want to rejoin the course. So much emotional Saturday. I don't think so from your batch. You are such a rock solid batch, okay?